Hi, this is Kim Brenneman, and I am here with my friend to do my parent feedback session. And so I will be the counselor, she will be the parent. Okay, so thanks for coming in today. I wanted to talk to you about Marisol, some of the tests that we've been doing with her. And so I'd just like to go through some of the test results, and then I want you to please feel free. I'll try to explain things as much as possible, but please feel free to ask questions if something's not clear and any concerns that you have. Okay. So I've been working with Marisol for 2 years now, so she's now a fifth grader. In fourth grade, we did an IQ test, which was the K-bit intelligence test. And actually, let me give you a copy of all the results so that you can kind of see these. And I know it's a lot of numbers and a lot of information, but I just want to kind of digest it for you. But I want you have every right to have access to those. So I just want you to see. So I'm going to have you go down to kind of where I highlighted the IQ composite score. So there's a lot of numbers and that sort of thing, but where I want to draw your attention is the descriptive category. So down at the bottom here. So she measured average in fourth grade, so not eligible for like a gifted program or anything like that, but she did pretty well in both her verbal and her nonverbal scores.
Okay.
So that was fourth grade, and then if you could go to the next page, then in fifth grade, her teacher started reporting just that she was struggling a little bit more in class and did better when like things were broken down into small tasks and that sort of thing. So I wanted to gather a little bit more information about her.
Okay.
So we did contact you. So we did. Let me just pull up. We did an achievement test score. So that was just like measuring like what she's learned in class and that sort of thing. So achievement tests are just measuring did they learn what they were supposed to learn in class. So her strengths are in math. You can see. So it's broken into percentile ranks. So that's just how much looking at if there's like a norm, how much better where she fell in that norm. So for math, she fell in for total math score in the 96th percentile. So that means that she did better than 96% of her like people taking the standardized test. And then it's a little confusing, but the GE stands for grade equivalent. Mm-hmm. So if you look down at the bottom where she's so strong and did math, she's measuring it for computation at a ninth grade level, but doesn't mean that she should be in ninth grade. It's like how much better she did than other fifth graders taking that math. So she did really well in both math application and computation. So strong in math. Where she struggled is in her reading and her written language. So that's something that we want to just keep on the radar and see if we can get her some supports to bring up those areas. So again, do you have any questions about that? I know the grade equivalents can be kind of confusing. Oftentimes, it's like, oh, they should be in ninth grade, but that's not exactly what it's measuring. So, and then to kind of address, and we can always go back if you have any questions, to kind of address the problems in the classroom with staying focused and trying to break things down into smaller tasks for her. And Marisol, she was so honest and working with the teacher and admitted that sometimes she just rushed just to get things done. Right. So we did 2 tests here. So the Connors 3 kind of measures for ADHD and some other symptoms scales. So where she kind of landed with her total score, the composite score, that's on the last page. She scored in high and predominantly inattentive type ADHD. So I'm gonna get into that a little bit more, but I just want to say overall in her strengths, because we look at, and this is something that we had sent home to you, like the teacher fills it out, the student fills it out, and then you fill it out. So we didn't receive your form, so if there's any support that we can give you around completing that would just kind of make a comprehensive picture. So if we can add that to this. That would be great. But her strengths really lie in, like, in her impulse control. So that's good. She's doing well there. And then so there's that. So that's good that she can, like, kind of, it's some executive function kind of thing with controlling her impulses. Where we want to work on and perhaps maybe move into some more 504 planning, and where you would meet with the teachers, and even Marisol can come and we can create like a behavior educational plan around, are some learning problems. She scored in the very elevated, so that's something that we want to really address with her. Some of the executive functions that we want to look at, defiance and aggression. So that's something we'd really like to hear from you about how she is at home, because she scored high. And this is like a self-reporting. So it's like, how often do you do this? And it throws out different statements. So, yeah. And also peer relationships. So those are areas that we really want to think about creating a behavior plan around. So that's the Connors. So then with the behavior rating inventory of executive functioning. So this was where she was very elevated in her behavior regulation. So that's something that we really want to create a behavior plan around. So hopefully we can continue to meet and figure that out with both the teachers and myself. So that is kind of overall where she is at. I would really recommend that we move forward with doing a meeting with her teachers and creating a behavior program. I'd like to also possibly dig in, and her teachers will contribute to the behavior plan as well, but dig in a little bit more to learning problems and see how that connects with behavior issues. And we really, we want to just create a team around Marisol to support her.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know sometimes this can be scary, and it's, hard to hear some things about your kids, but we really want to get Marisol the support she needs so that she can be successful.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
So you gave me a copy of the test results. Okay, so I have that. So is there anything I can do to bring up her test scores?
If you can just come to the meetings, that would be really helpful. And then I would ideally like to create a wraparound plan. So when she's coming home to do homework, we're consistent both in school and at home with kind of the behavior modifications and her study plan. So, like, for example, one thing that really helps with ADHD is doing like 10 minutes of work and 3 minutes off to kind of meditate, or just kind of, fill their tank up a little bit so that they can focus on the homework. So that would be helpful in helping her with her test scores. Absolutely. Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.